Greetings, this is the General. Welcome back to more Trials of Mana. In the last one, we got the runaround with Don Perry. He wasn't even actually that helpful out of someone with strategy. I mean, did we not know to go to Gust Hall to get? I mean, it's literally called Gust Hall. I wonder where the Wind Spirit is. Where the Mana Crystal of this is. Can't possibly be the one that's based off of Wind. That's named after Wind. Yay, double experience. Yeah, there are two of them in here. I like to cut up any of the maps that are too big. To like really fit.
What?
So you can see the maps better. How did we even know that there was a windstone here? I guess you could always journey to this location. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if there were people who didn't and just followed the objective marker. Trust us, there was a statue there.
I think we can force our way through here. Looks like we gotta use our heads to solve this.
Yeah, gonna have to switch the direction of the wind. Oh god! Wind Waker flashbacks!
Let us work together to defeat the enemy.
I don't know why they decided for you to play an entire freaking song over and over and over again just to change the wind. I guess they did fix in the Wii U version with the Swift Sail.
I grew up with the winds in these hills. Leave it to me.
Okay, what do we do? Okay, let's get this chest before we swap the winds. Cup of Dreams. They give you a good amount of those too throughout the game. Not like as much as candies. They throw candies like crazy at you. Okay. I was seeing if you could actually jump that, but obviously you can't. So let's switch the wind.
It is unwise.
So now we have to deal with the backdraft or whatever while facing these guys. I don't think. Oh yeah, there is a chest over here. I'm like, is there anything over here? There's a chest. Yay, silver item seed. You can get some better, possibly get some better stuff out of those. This area is. I think this area has zombies no matter what, even if it's day or night.
I must be in tune with the.
We fight together.
Are you not in tune with the wind or whatever? He was kind of cut off, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was about to say. Yeah, for some reason these Copper Knights aren't armored or whatever. Double experience, that will be needed. I want to get us up to 18 before the end of this little dungeon. So I can actually do our first class change. In like the original version of the game, like the level is a little different. Like you're usually like maybe like 10 or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like guessing. I'm just really guessing. You're definitely not 18 by this point. You're usually 18 by a different point of a different location and a different mana stone. Yeah, let's do these shortcuts. These shortcuts will help us literally get out of here. We'll have to do a little backtracking. I mean, through this area there's not too much backtracking through Gust Hall, but we'll have to go through. We'll have to go through the Heaven's Way. I need to think for a second because I was about to say Heaven's Causeway.
We
Which
should continue on our
that's not
journey.
this version name of it.
It's the enemy.
I think that's a direct translation from Japanese to English or whatever.
Next.
I decided to show we're about to go to the second section, so there's the second part of the map. You might have noticed a ring icon on there. Don't worry about that right now. We can't get that right now. We'll be able to come back here later and get something. And oop. Yeah, getting that ability to escape battles really quickly will help out if we, like, the few times where we'll actually try to skip battles. Okay, Dryad's Day. If you wanted to, you could change it to, especially if you have stone magic, which I do not have for Angela right now. I'm not too worried about it. You could change it to Gnome's Day to do more damage on with Earth Elemental. I don't know. I think compared to like even in the original version, I don't think the days were that specifically important. Other than like do not have it like the same day as like we wouldn't want it to be Sylph's Day.
We need Sophie's power now more than
Sylph's Day or whatever. During this during going through this area.
Here it goes.
Might as well give everyone you just slightly healed up. We have so many of those. Hey, or healing items that will be saved for late game. But yeah, like you can pretty well face the bosses without having it worrying too much about what day it is. Not to mention right now it actually costs us money to stay at an inn. I mean it doesn't cost us a lot of money, but it would be a little annoying to like just spend money on constantly sleeping. Just constantly sleeping until it's the right day. Which one of the rewards from Little Cactus is to make the inns cost nothing. Even then, I'm not gonna worry too much about having it be the opposite elemental day for the area. Let's see. Yeah, I thought that was a Reese armor, but obviously I was wrong. It was a Duran armor. Kinda wish that it was a Reese armor. Duran's kinda tanky as is. I want to keep Reese to be at least relatively tanky. Oh, nice hit. Oh hey, the AI is actually aiming well. I mean, attacked well instead of constantly missing.
Let us work together to defeat the enemy.
I think it already happened.
I'm
trying to remember. I've had Reese miss multiple times, like crazy with her fast strike. Anyway, let's I'm gonna. It should be. There should be only like a few more fights, and then Reese will be the right level.
I never knew I had such power within me.
There we go. Literally one fight, and Reese is all good. Yeah, we're like 2 away from the Earth spells. I mean, it isn't terrible to, like, I just decided to build Angela this way for right now. Just because she'll be easier to go towards a future fight opposed to this one, which is going to be not quite as difficult in my opinion.
What's that?
It's the Meaner Stone. I mean, this is literally the first Mana Stone we come
It's a Mana
across.
Stone. This is the first one I've ever seen in person, too. Huh. If the Benevodons sealed within were freed, the whole world would be in such danger.
That's not
Hey.
something to think about.
Don't jinx it, okay?
I'm sorry. We're doing what we can to stop
What
it.
happened to your
After
arm?
all. Come on. Sylphid must be nearby.
There must be like a visual
Wait
thing
one
that they
moment.
fucked up on
I
and
think
didn't
these are
realize.
fresh footprints. They appear to be headed this direction.
Their arm
Let
Her
us
arm
check
wasn't
them
there
out.
for a second. I never noticed that like the first time I played through, but like after I played through the other
They were
test
switching
playthroughs
classes.
of the game, I realized, oh hey,
Try to switch your class.
her arm's missing in that one little bit. Anyway, we're gonna do our first class change. With Duran, you could make him into a duelist. Pretty much I'm just I'm making him a little bit more tanky. I'm probably gonna do another playthrough, maybe stream one or something. I think I will do like another playthrough with Duran, and I want him to be a duelist, so I'm taking him down as a knight in this one. Taking him down as light path in this one. So yeah, you could take him either or really with this group. Then again, probably with all the characters, you can really take them wherever. I don't think it's
Who is
super
switching
important
classes?
on where you go with this group, at
Try to
least.
switch your class.
Though with Angela, I'm going to go down her light path to specialize into area. Start specializing into area effect spells. I'm gonna go down. Eventually, I'll do her light path, which is like the best path to go on for mobbing, and does pretty decent at boss fights. But obviously, the dark paths are better if you want to do single target damage. And then yeah, and this, like I could have like done it any differently, because I think with this group it's very much whatever. And then with Reese, I am
Who is
going to
switching
actually.
classes?
I was thinking about taking her down her light path.
Try to switch your class.
But I've changed my mind. I'm going to take her down I'm going to take her down one of her dark paths. But basically, her Valkyrie, her light path has buffs. Her dark paths have debuffs, and just frankly, it's a little. It just debuffs are a little harder to come by than buffs. So you can't really go wrong with either going down either with her, especially with this group. And there we go. Also, it's a little annoying that it takes that there has to be it has to load every single time you want a class change. And there we go. Got a whole bunch of new abilities, and we can invest more into our different attributes or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna probably start with Spirit with Reese, Strength with Duran, and then start with intelligence with Angela. We also get a few more ability slots, so why don't we start? We've had a few ability slots that have been good, but like haven't been good enough for us to add on to them until now. Been trying to think. Yeah, let's use magic switch, and then narrow escape. I think I pretty much always use narrow escape on. Always have it on someone. I think this playthrough I usually have it on Reese. And yeah, let's give you HP boost. Anyway, with all that done, let's actually start this. Let's actually go find Sylphid. Let's see, do we have everything on? Yeah, we do not. Almost forgot to add on the mole bear claw.
We need Sylphid's
Yeah, let's
power
see.
now more than ever.
Also slightly heal up before that.
Blast! I can't fight at full power with all this wind.
I mean, is it that difficult to fight in this area? I don't think it is. So who's trying to pursue Sylphid? We'll find out.
Sylphid's in trouble!
The Black Knight of some sort.
Hey, you! Let him go.
Yeah, there always seems to be like almost
You
every
must have destroyed the wind statue too!
almost every route has like a villain that doesn't show up that frequently.
Something's wrong.
And the Dark Knight's like one of them. He's like a villain. He's like the vampire or whatever he was from Hawkeye's past, which we saw in the beginning, but very little of.
We have to hurry and save
Which
Sylphid.
we'll see that character again, but he definitely, that guy doesn't really show up that frequently either. It is interesting that they are doing like 3 different like villain groups. Granted, it does make a problem with you don't really have some of them like do anything for a portion of the game. Reminds me of Borderlands 3. That game has a similar problem where there's like multiple villains. Granted, they do it a little better than this one. But yeah, like we don't really after the beginning of the game we don't really see very much of like the Beastmen until like the literal certain portions of the game. And holy crap, get wrecked! Yeah, the mole bear claws really helped out. Not to mention the new abilities we have on our characters. Hey, level up. We're pretty close to a second level up too.
You okay?
Are you okay, genie guy?
Sylphid.
I think in the original version he was actually called Jin, which makes sense because he's literally pretty much a genie-like person, which is kind of funny because you'd think that he would be in like the desert or whatever.
Save me.
But
Who was
we
that Dark
find a
Knight
different
from earlier?
spirit in the
I
desert,
don't know.
in the desert
One
area.
moment he was looking at the Mana Stone, and the
And he was-
next he was after me.
That's not me.
He drained
fucking
my
line.
energy and summoned Persephone.
This
So
freaking
that
game
night
and its
was
English
after the
voice
man
acting can be weird sometimes.
Zelfid, we need your help.
I
Are we
see.
going? Are we gonna
Well,
do
you
exactly
all
what they
saved
did
my
to
life.
us? What the Navarro
I'll
did
stick
to
with you until the bitter
Laurent?
end.
You'd think that because Navarro did that tactic of the samosa flowers, that I don't know, maybe they would think about
Finally,
trying to become
we can
immune to
reclaim
it.
my home from those invaders.
But
Thank
then
you all
again-
so much for your aid.
But then again,
As Don
maybe
Harry suggested, we must utilize the Somnosis
maybe
in
the
the meadow.
Laurent Guard took out any Navarro soldiers that would come near the Samosa Meadow or something. Let's fast forward. We can. This is all fights we already fought, so no point showing. And we have to go through Heaven's Way. See, as you can see, I invested my stance. Did I forget to do Reese? I think I did. But anyway, I'll do it at some point. But anyway, I'm gonna end it off here. So this has been Juno. See you guys next time. Bye bye.